You'll never escape me. My enhanced targeting will destroy any enemy that stands in my way. You'll stand no chance against my lightning reflexes. You'll be unable to target me, regardless of the weapon. My lightweight armor makes me lethal. I am agile and can sustain significant damage. Once I'm armed with my Reaper blades, I'll reap your energy until nothing remains. Who am I? Cyber, a warborn, and I will vanquish you.
Step into our universe with the Vanquishers TCG. Get exclusive access by joining our community at www.vanquisherstcg.com. Select a hero, equip weapons and armors, and vanquish your enemy.
Oh no! Mic check. We got sound. Give us real quick. Error. Look, I was sitting off talking off the dome. Hey, Jose, talk real quick. I think it should be working good. All right. Oh, we good. We're good. Good. We got a Cisco and Ebert. So we tend to have these problems every once in a while, and it's usually I that makes those problems. Apparently, that's the new problem right now. So just like I was saying earlier, you know, happy Memorial Day. We want to give all our veterans big ups on everybody that served. We really do appreciate everybody out there that's tuning in with us tonight. Okay, so I don't know who's echoing that. Oh, that was definitely Jose now. Jesus. This got to be one of our bad state of the games. Well, I don't know. We've been doing pretty good for a while. So as you guys know, we do got a script that we kind of stay with, but we freestyle a lot of it. So without further ado, well, we hear you clearly. I don't know why. Okay, well, well, before we get started, we're gonna go ahead and introduce all the developers behind this project here. My name is Charlie. I'm one of the creators and the developer behind Vanquishers TCG. My name is Charlie. I'm one of the creators and the developer behind Vanquishers TCG.
You. Welcome.
Yo.
No voice from Jason either. Dang.
Told you, man.
Listen, audio's getting there. Go ahead, Jay. Introduce yourself one more time. I think we got
one
it all
more
live.
again.
One more again.
Power
Power it out, man.
Told
Listen,
you, man.
power it out. Power
We
it
dealing
out
with
there. We
hurricane
gotta
force
kind of jack
winds.
everything up for us.
One
I think
more
we're good
again.
now. I think we're good.
I think hey, Fluent, I think the chickens made it to my internet or my voice recording. All right. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Can I say something?
We're good.
Are we good? Are we good? Mike checkos.
I think we're
There's a lot
good
of
now.
echoes.
It was echoing earlier. I saw that.
It was
This is pretty bad. See, this is what happens when we showed up late for the state of the game.
Listen, we do hey JP, we do a whole lot of things really good, but this is the one thing that the powers that be said, hey, you're gonna have to work really hard at the voice stuff. So I'm Jason. I handle the social media marketing, the administration, the back end. I deal with manufacturers. I deal with a whole lot of the business side of Vanquishers TCG. I get to be the one to be the bad guy in the group. So that's why Jose hasn't talked to me all week.
Nope. Ah. Hello, everyone. I am Jose. I'm the web developer for Vanquishers TCG. Pew, pew.
Hey, what's going on, Vanquishers? My name is Brandon, and I am the game balancer.
Balance something. That's what I'll say. You balance something.
Hey, did Jose just hit you with the pew pew?
With the
Pew,
pew
pew.
pew.
Really? All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and cover a couple topics that we typically do on State of the Game, just to kind of give you guys updates on what we've been working on throughout the week, and just filling in some information here. If you guys are actually tuning into Jose's feed when he moves around, if you notice there's like a rabbit that appears in his. Move around real quick, Jose. I don't know. Move up and down. It was actually kind of weird. Like adjust your seat, just kind of jump up a little bit. Oh, there it is. The hidden rabbit.
A hidden
appeared.
gem, bro. You don't know about that.
So we're gonna go ahead and follow through our topics that we do touch on. We talk about our social media network, our web and app and updates, and then of course our tabletop simulator and our physical card game. I believe Brandon was playing earlier today with some people in our community. We'll talk a little bit about that.
I was.
We've been getting feedback from quite a bit of people in the community. So before we get let's go ahead and get started. Jason, let's go ahead and get started with our social media network. Jason will go ahead and take it from here and fill you guys in on some of the updates that's been going on.
All right, what's going on, everybody? So let's go ahead and get into the social media and the marketing aspects and all the stuff connecting dots between what we're doing in the back end and what's happening in front of you. So right now, just to go over the community growth goal, we want to hit 3,000 people on Instagram. We want to hit 400 people on Discord, and we're pretty close on both. We're gonna go ahead and just let it cook slow right now, so that'll be good to go. But we're getting there. We're almost at 2,600 followers on Instagram, so we'll be good to go soon. Getting that to 3K. Once we start going into next month, we're gonna have some new things happening where we're gonna be promoting and doing giveaways. So on the 1st of June, we're gonna put a post out for the Instagram giveaway. That giveaway is going to be a post. It's going to have certain criteria to fall to Instagram only giveaway for the last booster pack that we have of the other manufacturer that we didn't go with cards. So these are just sample cards that we had. There's 2 guarantee foils in here. We don't know which ones they are because they were all random. So that will be on the 1st. So look out for the Instagram post on that. I will also post the link in Discord so you can click there to go straight to it. Then we are going to be doing on the 6th. So next Monday for State of the Game, we're going to be doing the giveaway for the Patreon members. I sent out an email to our Patreon only email so that you guys know for the Sentinel cards, we will be doing a 3-card giveaway for Patreon members only, and you guys will be able to win one of these. So just be ready for that. We only printed 16 of these cards because they were just a sample run for our first Sentinel holographic full card we were looking at to see how it would come out. So
yeah, it's a real good ability, man. Let me just kind of put that out there. You definitely want to hang on to that.
Yeah, and this card, because it's foil, you'll be able to put it with 3 other regulars because it's a 4 max of the same card, same name, same type, same name card. So you'll be able to still use this with you if you're gonna quad stack them in your deck builds. So you'll be able to still use that if you get one of those. But it is a 1 of 16. There's only 16 of these in the world. So you'll be able to get that. So those will be 2 giveaways happening in June. And then also in June, just so everybody knows, Charlie's going to go over some more detailed information. It's a little stuff that because you guys came today and we're going to hype it up. He's going to show you guys some early stuff for June so you can kind of see what the new promos are going to be, and we'll talk about that when we get to that part. But June's promos, we're gonna have a brand new promo for June. And don't think it stops after June. We have promos going all the way up to the Kickstarter. So all these cards, all these boxes and stuff are going to start having a special marking on them, so you know they're pre-Kickstarter as well. So that's coming. So then the Kickstarter pre-launch page. I sent the message out to the Patreon people just because you guys are the next step closest to us. We really want to push that link out. So if you know anybody that might like sci-fi, anybody that might like TCGs, like this kind of style of game, once they see it and play the game, I promise you they're gonna like it. So we just need them to click that notify me on launch. We really want to get that number up so we can kind of break off the percentages that the way the algorithms work. So we know if we hit a certain number, that percentage is going to be people that will definitely back us and stuff like that, because we want to have a really successful Kickstarter. We want to do this the right way the first time. We don't want to have to reset anything or anything like that. But so as many people as we can. We're almost at 100. Really, my goal right now is just to get us at 200 plus backers on the pre-launch page to notify me at launch. So at least 200 people get not notified as soon as they're able to get notified that the Kickstarter launches on September 13th. So be on the lookout for that. Ultimate, is it promos only? You'll see what we have going on. It's more than just that's a little bit more than what you guys already got in promos. So just be ready for that. It's going to have a little twist to it. It lets us also test out some things for our booster packs and stuff like that. What? I don't know what I just said. I didn't say that.
No, he's talking about the Sentinel card.
The Sentinel is
Yeah.
a promo only?
I think
No,
Jason actually is his first time spilling the beans. I'm usually the one that spills the beans.
Listen,
but Jason just
I had some
spilled all
beans
the pink
earlier
toes.
at the barbecue. I guess they had a spill, man. But yeah, so definitely we're gonna get into that. Just know that at the end of the day, we're gonna be having promo stuff going on throughout the whole thing, and they're all gonna be a little different than the one before. It's for us to also test the waters of what our community likes, doesn't like, and all that kind of stuff, so we know what direction we're going in as well. So after that, basically the next stuff that I'm going to go over, the test deck prints. Okay, so people have been asking when we're going to send those out and stuff like that. We're looking at the numbers. We might go ahead and start printing them out ahead of time and just do a general number, just so we have them already in stock and already ready to go, so they can get to you guys faster. We're just kind of seeing where the numbers get to a certain point, and then we're going to do an order. We also want to do some test deck orders, so we have them on hand, so when we're at the conventions and people want to test play, we'll be able to test play with people. We literally don't have decks to test play with people. We just have vaulted decks for our history, and when we go backwards and show people where it all started from and stuff like that. We don't have test decks to actually play with people. So that'll be part of what this order will be as well, for us to be able to show more people like at conventions how to play the game, and we have stuff on hand with the test decks. We also have a partner that we're actually part of a membership with IGA, and they actually are networking with us, and they'll have test players playing the game as well. So we're working with them as well, so more people across the world can play our game, to get us to spread out further in places that we can't actually go to or be at this time. So a lot of working pieces, but we are going to get those test decks. Most likely we're going to get them printed out faster than we did last time. As we know the process now, we know the length of time and all that kind of stuff. And actually after this first go around on printing those with this printer, Charlie actually figured out a way to make it even more simpler than last time, for us to get the proofs done and all that kind of stuff, so everything will happen a lot faster. We usually like Super Saiyans in that way. As soon as we learn something, we modify and get it even done better than before. So just be on the lookout for that to get done. We'll keep an update in Discord, a consistent update on there for you guys to know that the decks have been printed or on way to be printed for everybody. So just be on the lookout for those. And then the VSTI. So if some of you guys are in the Patreon area and some of the different areas, you might see that I made a new channel on Discord called VSTI. That's just a shorter acronym for us to talk about the Vanquishers Street Team Initiative, or I might just call it the initiative. If people are interested in that, tonight I'm going to put out a link so that people can apply and give us information on background of them and what they can bring to the table to help us spread the word locally in their area. It's really going to be a basic, what do you think, what do you have, connection to network with you, and things like that. And just fill it out to the best of your ability. If you're not comfortable with answering any of the questions, you don't have to. Just put NA if it's not something you're comfortable answering. Just the more information we have to go through all the people that will apply for the Street Team Initiative, easier for us to pick the people, because we only have a finite amount of resources to get those things out to everybody. So it's going to probably be between 5 and maybe 10 people at the most that we're going to select for the Street Team initially. And then as it keeps growing, then we'll have more ability to send it out to more people and open up more spots for everybody if more people want to be part of the initiative. As of right now, I have at least one person that has 3 LGSs that he wants to put us in, that has already confirmed posters and flyers. I have another person that is looking into it as well, and I really want to I think Datsun is looking into the Canadian side, so the international side for the Street Initiative.
Yeah, we're also going to our local LGS in our general area too. So yeah, we're gonna reconnect with them as well.
Yeah, definitely, we're gonna push our local as well. We have one guy, our local hobby/comic book shop that we grew up going to. We have that shop, and then we have another one that's in Brandon, Florida, that actually was wanting to buy our physical product the first time we even showcased it to them. Nerdy Needs in Brandon, Florida. So we're going to probably be touching base with them. Most likely, we do our pre-launch party. It will probably be through Nerdy Needs if they allow us to. So that's a goal right there for us on that end. But just be on the lookout. I'll ping everybody in Discord for the Street Team Initiative. You can go through it. You can see if you want to answer. Just know that you can only submit one time for it. I have it set up that way so that it doesn't junk up a bunch of submissions, so then I can go through all of them, and then I can bring the ones to the table to the group to look at, and then we can go from there. Just know the way it's kind of going to break down is you're going to be in a leveling system or ranking system in it. So everyone's going to start at like rank 1. And then as you level up, you get access to more things. So at first you might get like 50 flyers with a QR code specifically for your LGS. People at the LGS, they could just scan it and leave the flyer there, or they can take the flyer and scan it. But once they scan it, they'll be directed to a registry through our website, and then Jose will handle from there. And basically what will happen is you'll be able to, they'll be able to put in what LGS they came from. As long as the LGS matches the LGS you said that you're sending people from, you will get that point. So if you get X amount of people, which the initial level from 1 to 2 will probably be 10 people to just register on our website, then that levels you up to level 2. Then we'll start sending you other things, you know, like the street team wear, or you might get clings for the window. If you talk to the shop owner and say, hey, 10 people here like this game, I can get access to bringing more stuff in for people to see. And then you could also find about posters, and then as you level up, you get access to more product to put in there, to the point where I want to see who's interested in actually doing organized play and running tournaments. So if you are interested in something of that nature, as you level it up higher, then we might be able to send you actual LGS kits once we're at that point, so that you'll be able to go ahead and do OPs or tournaments in your local area. But we want this to be slow grow. We don't want to rush. We do want to grow in local areas because we know how important LGSs are, and we know how important its physical cards are in people's hands. So just be on the lookout for that, and just let us know what you can do, what you can't do. Talk to your LGS people that if you are interested, and see what they will allow. If it's just one of the, like a little paper with a QR code that could be on their counter, we can do that. If they're allowing us to put flyers in there where it has a special QR code. Now, the other cool thing that I'm going to do with this is everybody who registers through the LGS, through the Street Team Initiative, is going to get a special card that is a Street Team Initiative card. And it's going to be the same card, but it's going to be strictly through this setup. So, and then the Street Team Initiative people are going to get their own special cards for being Street Team Initiative people as well. But this is all going to be as it goes. But everybody who does register through these links specifically, those people will be able to get these special cards for just registering with our website and building up and connecting on all the dots, so that we can build the following up bigger. So that's really the big goal, is to show people that we want them to come look at our game, come check it out, and we'll give them a card for them to be able to do that. So just be on the lookout for that, and we'll get that ball rolling soon. First part is just getting the survey out so that we can go ahead and see who's going to be the best applicants for us to actually push the information and push our game out in those local LGSs. And we'll keep going from there. It'll grow bigger as it goes, but right now we just want to stay, cook it nice and slow, make sure it's a good meal and all the kinks are knocked out. You know what I mean? But I think that's going to be it for that, because I'll be on the lookout for when I send the survey out or the questionnaire out for you guys to fill out. If you got a group, you already have like a group of people that you gameplay with and all that, you guys can just come in as a group of doing it, and then we'll figure out from there how we will reward if it's a group of people. But we just want to make sure that the Street Team Initiative people get something out of it, and then the people who follow through and register get something as well. So it'll be something real fun, something real cool for everybody to be part of. But I think that's about all I need to go over today. Is there any questions in there?
My man, I think just kind of things all over the place. Question wise, I mean,
Jose, you supposed to have my back, man. You're supposed to be reading these
No,
questions.
no, it's not really questions. It's more like
Yeah, I just think people got
Lord Dragon wants to get a
basically
freaking shirt.
everybody's holding us down, Jason.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Oh, I like
excited
that.
to hold
I like
us
that.
down. That's what they just letting us know. They don't got
Come
no
here,
questions.
everybody.
They're
Come
saying,
here, everybody.
yo,
I'm put my arms around
Big
all y'all.
hug.
Come
Big
here.
hug.
Come here. I'll give
bear
you a
hug. That's Merca
hug.
style. My man, go
Oh,
get you
yeah.
that Merca bear hug, man.
Yep.
Well, yeah, yo,
Just,
again,
hey,
we really do appreciate the love from everybody out in the community. I just want to kind of just bring something up real quick on the topic of the test decks and stuff. I know that Jason's, like he said, he's looking through a lot of the test decks, and again, we don't have test decks ourselves to even play test in our LGSs and stuff like that, and we're using this opportunity also for us to be able to order test decks. We've had some questions from other people other than our direct community about test decks, and I think it's because how we market our stuff that we must look like a well polished business that must be a Fortune 500 or something within that nature, because
Fortune 5,000.
yeah, 5,000, 500, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that people don't really understand that it's just 4 guys in their households in total different areas doing 80 to 90% of this remotely. I'm talking the designs, the artworks, the video, the marketing. We're not paying third party anybody for anything. We're legitimately doing this ourselves. So again, we appreciate all the love and support we're getting from everybody in the community. In fact, everything we are doing has been because of community requests, especially these test decks and things like that within that nature. I mean, we had no idea of doing test decks was a thing until community members thought about it.
Well, we
and
weren't
just kind of
planning on test decks.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we weren't
community
planning
was
on it.
really
We wanted to
pushing for it.
initially do the launch and have a couple things on deck, but a lot of this has been manifesting and growing because of the community. So essentially what I'm trying to say is we appreciate everybody's support out there that has gotten the game, that's played the game, gave us feedback, and has let us know how the game is and how the game plays out and everything like that. I mean, and we give multiple avenues. Again, now those that do rather have the physical cards on hand, we offer those services in 2 different methods. We did, which we're still doing. Am I correct, or did we shut down the test decks, or is that still available?
No, test decks are still
No,
available
okay,
right now.
so we're still
we have it
offering-
right now to the 15th, but
Right.
like I said, I think if we get to a certain number, we're just gonna order and
get 'em
cut
in?
it off.
Okay.
Because we kind of wanted to hit a certain number and then just they're sold out.
Right.
Even though this is like a pre-order setup, but we want to order them as fast as possible. That's
Right.
something we talked about. We don't want you guys to wait.
Yeah, and even then, we get new people that jump into the community, which again, welcome. If you're new to the stream tonight, or if you're watching this on a later date, welcome. And if you're newer to our stream, you don't know really all the ins and outs, and we get it. There's a lot of things to know. We do have a print and play option as well, and I know some people like it. It's going to be a love-hate thing. Some people rather just have the game on hand and in their hands, and I get it because I'm the same way. I'm going to buy it to get it physically in my hands. Brandon didn't mind building his print and play. In fact, he did it to play with the community members that actually brought up the idea of print and play for us, and we kind of put it together and had it out. So that's also an option. You just got to go to our website, which Jose will talk a little bit more in detail, and he will probably explain to you exactly where to go ahead and get it. But there's a tab there. You go on and click. Once you have registered, then you go ahead and hit that print and play, and you'll be able to print, pretty much print the game for the most part. So speaking of web and app updates, we got Mr. Jose that's muted and talking right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So we're gonna go ahead and get Jose on the web and app updates.
See what
Look at
happens.
him.
Speak English too good.
Me no
My English
speaking
is not very
English.
good looking. It's not very good looking.
I
bro.
come on here and I say hi, bye.
And that's
and
it.
That's it.
And that's it.
This week, I think we've been hitting it hard with the whole street team idea and setting it up on the website. I actually created area to have them actually go to that place if for further information and for how do you say, any updates that they need to be aware of. It's still in development. I still haven't put it all together so that people can enjoy it. But also saying once you fill out your application and we go over it, we'll be indicating you as a street team person so that you'll have access to those areas on the website. taking a long time. I mean, it's a lot. The stuff in the background that if you look at my eye, I have black eyes right here right now because it's so much stuff that I'm going through just to figure it out what the and how to how to make the thing run right so that it can work properly. You know what I'm saying? We don't want any hiccups. We don't want people to not get their recognition from what they're doing, stuff like that. So that's still in the works, but we hopefully in the near future we'll have all that stuff done. On top of that, research and development stuff for the app, making sure it's running smoothly. Still that, and anything else? I saw that Lord Dragon wants to go to Vegas with a big sign like I got in my back. I don't know if you got that. Can you see that?
Oh, that QR though.
Yeah, scan it quick.
Scan it.
You
Scan
got
it.
it. Yeah, scan it.
I'm posing. I'm posing.
Pose. Look
All
at
right.
this man right
Anyways,
here.
You gotta get that
Man,
shirt up
so
on the
special.
site, Jose.
Yeah, I if people actually do want it, I mean, I'll make it happen.
Speaking of the site, where do they go, Jose? Where can they go to get merch at all? I mean, where do they go to get that stuff, man?
And go to vanquisherstcg.com/merch. And if you just go to Vanquishers TCG, you should see a tab of merch. And voila, you will see all our little nice products and rep.
Jose said, voila. Look at that,
What
man.
is
We
that?
got Houdini over here. Y'all didn't expect for us to have
Yo, but he
David
did the
Blaine
hands
today.
and everything.
You gotta.
He went.
That was some real David Blaine, boy. I thought you were going to make something lift up in the background, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, we're talking about the playtest decks on the website. Go to vanquisherstcg.com and you will see a tab for the playset print and play. I'm sorry, and print your stuff out, man.
Man, for the print and play, man, all you honestly will need is a printer and some paper, really. If you want to get a little bit more fancier, I know a lot of our community members will, suggest you guys going to like Staples or somewhere to get it printed. A little bit more better quality.
Hey, y'all gotta do it old school. Like I remember back when I was a kid and we had to print some stuff out. We put it on freaking cardboard paper or something.
Eso es, bro. You let the Latin man talk. He gonna give you some real backyard. Y'all want some super person? These are promos. These ain't even proxies. These are like super promos, man. Jose, man. All right. So if y'all need any advice, we got a question. Yes.
We had a question. Let me find it. It's scrolled up because people answering it in the chat.
No way.
So Fluent was asking, what would you guys say puts the game apart from other TCGs? What is your selling point? I'm gonna let Brandon answer that.
I'm the selling point.
Oh,
I'm glad you pointed it to me, Jason. All right, put it down on paper and let's keep it moving.
There we go.
If you had to ask, 100% is going to be our versus combat system and our V-triggering system. Is definitely what's separating us from every game out there.
And I would say also the mechanics. Once you've played the game, the mechanics are way different than most TCGs. Actually, I don't think there's a TCG that's really comparable to our gameplay mechanics overall. And also that we are a sci-fi TCG. We love the sci-fi universe. Our universe in itself is very unique. So we got a lot of things going for us, I believe so.
Yeah, in the combat system, what makes it so much more different is that we do use a dice system that you play against chance. So even if you were to draw your perfect lineup and setup, there's still that possibility you could still miss. So it gives that underdog the fighting chance to go ahead and retaliate or change the sway of the fight. And of course, modifying your hero and your weapons on the fly. How many games you could tell me is doing that on the fly? Like fully modifying your weapon the way you see fit between barrels, under barrels, grips. Let me not say anymore because I'm gonna start spilling more beans. But and then
you get
the
to
amount of
pretty much
possibility
what
of other
he's
weapons.
trying to say is you get to build your hero the way you want to build your hero.
Yeah,
you can choose armors, vitalities, different abilities, whatever weapons you want. There's a lot you can do.
Let me just read this SERP from our Discord. So Brandon today taught a brand new person from a whole nother community Discord that they were like, what's this? And they met up with Brandon and did a gameplay with him. If you read it in the physical game chat, it's in there, but I'll read what he said. The guy, after he played with Brandon, he said, it didn't feel too difficult to. His name's Ogre Tavern Brawler. He's from the Tavern Discord community.
Thank you, by the way, for coming by and checking our game out.
He said it didn't feel too difficult to pick up, and I like that the mechanics are all all the mechanics aren't all just ripped off of other popular card games. I also like that it's sci-fi themed, where every other game seems to be fantasy themed. So I think we really do have a great niche or a great genre to exemplify our TCG, because we took mechanics from nothing and created, literally me and Charlie incepted it and conceptualized it, and me and him hammered it down to the foundation of what this game is and the mechanics, and then Brandon came in and helped us just finesse it to where it's at right now.
So we're gonna be brutally honest. A lot of it, and people that are board game players, literally that won't touch a single TCG, like they hate it because they're hardcore board game players, and we get those, are playing our game and saying this feels like a board game. Like it feels like a board game, but it's a TCG. It's kind of a hybrid. And ultimately it is, because I'm not going to spill the beans, but there are different game modes that are engineered. I mean, it was all thought out under an umbrella with the idea of expanding this game to different game types and different game modes. So with that being said, which I might have said a lot already, but with that being said,
you gotta also remember that all of us, you know, before this game was developed, we were all hanging out, we were doing game nights, playing board games, card games, all that. So
everything.
Yeah, it's there's influence, a little bit of influence from everywhere. So
yeah,
definitely we took a little bit from everything, and we turned it into something that we loved, and just the more people that got to play it, see it, interact with it, they loving it too. So it's just been going hand in hand so far. So we appreciate all the love. This is literally something from our imaginations. Like I feel like Walt Disney sometimes when I look at this, to be real. Like you don't know what you have in front of you until it happens, you know? So
really
appreciate everything.
And we appreciate all the support. Listen, I'm a firm believer, and I tell a lot of people too, if you got corrective criticism, I take that very well. It's just the only thing I ask is, you know, if you have a solution, you know, like if you criticize something, but because, is there a solution behind it? Like, do you what is it about it that's not great or anything like that? But overall, we've been getting great feedback. As far as game functionality, the idea, the concept, everything, we tend to not get too much feedback on that as far as the game itself. A lot of it's like intricate things, like little things, like maybe the card edges or like the weights. I guess we have the vet. Vet Flicks and Chill. We watch his stream, and he's just not a big fan of the weight and stuff like that of the card, and we get it. You know, it's things that we're looking into and we're working on. We're definitely listening to our community, and people that are in our community knows that clearly. We're listening, and we're adjusting, and we're making things work. And we're also looking into things to help support people within the community that rather experience the game a little different than the way it is, and we're listening to people, and we're working on things on the back end about that as well. So we definitely listen to you guys, and we're working on the feedback. Like we can't stress any more than anything. Let's go ahead and move on. We got our Tabletop Simulator and our physical card game section.
There's also one thing, Charlie, I don't want to cut you off, but there's
yes.
one more thing I want to mention is that what another thing that makes us unique is that our cards will be playable across all the different game modes. So it's not going to matter which game mode you get. You can use that same starter deck for all those game modes. All right, keep it moving.
Brandon was that infomercial. Wait, but there's more. He came in like that Mortal Kombat character, that Toasty in the corner, man. He just came up. Y'all don't mean to cut you off. Actually, you weren't cutting me off because technically this is our section. So you kind of you were
wait a second.
I was cutting myself off then.
Now. Little Miss A wants to know about the comic book. I know it's not on the notes, but a little update on that if you have it.
Oh, y'all gonna have to update on that.
Update of last week. So our illustrator fell into a couple hiccups at his location, but he has been accelerating significantly. Unfortunately, we've been applying more work on him sidewise from the comic to kind of get us things done 911. And he's been working on those things for us. So, I mean, the comic books are still on schedule. They're working it's moving and looking phenomenal. Let me tell you something. I'm a comic book head. If y'all don't see the books hanging on my wall, I mean, I got full Spawn everywhere. I got books all over the place. Todd McFarlane is just, you know, I got his books. And as a person that loves comics, I can tell you with confidence, this comic book is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's coming out great. Like, the guy is doing his thing. We do plan on using his services for future books. We've already discussed matters and the guy that's actually making the book has made his own book. It's called Crimson Blade. If you guys have not looked that up, have not seen it, I highly recommend looking up the Crimson Blade comic book. What you see in there is a general idea of what you'll expect from our comic books, but it looks absolutely fantastic. All right,
Yeah,
well,
definitely comic books are on the way. Just those few hiccups push back some dates, but everything is still going in a good direction. We also have questions. Some other questions just came up. We have a question from Full Circle. How many heroes currently exist in the game, and how many cards are in the full set?
man.
So
Currently, if we're talking,
go ahead, Charlie.
how do I say this without leaking stuff?
Well, tell them how many cards are in the full set, and then there's a lot of heroes.
Okay, so I believe there's 100. Oh, damn, like that is. Okay, so the first series itself, before we jump into full-on expansions of any kind, I mean, to expect, you are able to get 3 heroes out of the box, and 2 are chase cards. Okay, so that's out of the first set that's coming out. You're talking designed and done. There's quite a few heroes, man. There's quite a bit that are actually still undergoing balancing and stuff like that.
So,
but during our Kickstarter,
on stream we've
Kickstarter,
showcased like 4 or 5 of them.
yeah,
So I
actually
mean,
more than that.
yeah,
there's
so
more,
more than
but-
that.
Yeah,
so,
we did
yeah.
way more. Like we.
So
we
as of
worked
right
on
now,
expansions.
I'll just say like this: the full set is about 142 cards. But the way the Kickstarter is going to go is you're going to get a first release of basically a chunk of those cards, and then we're going to have another release after that of Kickstarter of the finish out of the full set. I don't want to get into full details of what's where, but there's we have 3 classes. We have Assassin, Sentinel, and Conjurer.
Look, Chaos is leaking everything on stream, guys.
Okay.
He's spilling the
You can't
beans
control
like
him.
He's
ultimate
uncontrollable.
chaos.
He's about accurate
uncontrollable.
right there, right now. That we've shown cased is about 6, so he's about accurate. So
Yeah. So we have a good amount of heroes in the full first set. There's stuff that people have not seen, and I'm not gonna say if they're heroes or not heroes or other things or cool other stuff. That
just
you
stay
haven't
tuned for our
even seen
Kickstarter.
yet.
Make sure
Stay
that you
tuned.
guys are landed on our Kickstarter landing page. Trust me, when the day it goes launch, who knows? There might be more heroes that we have not talked or even announced. It might be weapons, abilities. I mean, it's a lot of exclusivities happening in the back end, guys.
And just to touch base on that, just know one hero can be like 6 different things, just depending on how you build them.
Right.
You like defense, you like offense, you like in the middle, you like range weapons, you like not range weapons, which is later down the road. But
Yep, like, there you go, leaking. See, it's hard to talk about
See?
this without spilling the beans of other stuff, man.
See, we're not balanced right now. See, the energy's not balanced, so Charlie spill the beans is infecting me right now. So, but as we do have the first set is going to be awesome. It's going to be a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah,
to
it's
do
really
with
good.
that.
Actually, I'm very impressed with a lot of different play styles that's already been going on right now as we speak with different heroes. In fact, Brandon and I were talking a little bit, I want to say about a couple weeks ago, about how he got murked by somebody. I'm going to have to say this, Brandon. I'm sorry, we're going live. But
Got murked by me
and
too.
I forgot who he played against that literally was using abilities and didn't really depend too much on his weaponry. Like, he literally kind of did some work with abilities, and he really found the way to synergize those abilities back into his deck. Like, he really played so different with Veil that I personally have not seen him been played this way. Someone literally sat in the back of the sidelines, look at all the cards, diagnosed them, created a crazy build, and went to work with it, and it worked well for him. It worked very well. We've seen defensive setups with Solaris, when Solaris is designed kind of as a defense-offensive character, but primarily played him defensively, which was another type of build. So the Order members are a little bit more designed to play out a certain type of way, but literally you can take that way and modify it to play the way you want to play that hero, if that makes any sense, you know, with modifications, especially when you branch into our advanced mode. Advanced mode literally just changes the game from the cookie cutter box style player hero, which is what the standard mode is designed to do, to get you the understanding of the hero, get you understanding the gameplay and combat. Once you've gotten
Foundations,
more, once you've gotten the foundation,
So
Then
So
you
we
can
have
jump into
we
the
have
advanced mode
three
and just
three hero types, which is our conjurers,
currently.
assassins, our sentinels.
Yeah.
And then under that, we have 5 class orders. So, as far as customizing different characters, having different abilities, cards, all that, the sky's the limit. There's so many different variabilities.
Yeah, much of variations, and Vanquishers are able to use any class. So that's another thing about a Vanquisher, which we don't want to get on that topic again because everyone thinks, unless you have played with a Vanquisher, which some people's had the pleasure to, they're not that overpowered. They think that the Vanquishers are overpowered. They're just more personal. You can really personalize a Vanquisher a little bit more beyond
Build your
its
deck
standard
around it,
builds.
yeah.
Yeah, you can literally build a whole different style deck. But let me use Saigon, for instance. Saigon is classified a Vanquisher. He's not limited to any class, where Solaris is limited to only solar stuff. So he can only use solar abilities, solar things like within that nature. And then, of course, his assassin cards, where Saigon can literally use a solar ability. He can also use glacier abilities. He can use pretty much any other class ability stuff, depending on the hero or depends on the energy type that you connect him to. So that's the difference between the Vanquishers and the Order members. They're not, I don't want to say they're that much more stronger than the Order members because they're no pushovers, man. We've had many Order members really decimate Vanquishers. We've had it happen plenty of times on the builds because, again, it's that R&D, the R&D behind our game. The roll, did you get a good roll? Brandon didn't do too well with BK over at MegaCon. If y'all seen our little clip, my man missed his permafrost shot twice and got ripped with it. Like, it's just those are the chances. And permafrost
BK said he blew him up.
I blew him up. So it was actually very it was a good game, but those sweaty moments is what this game really creates. Like when you're playing Call of Duty, or if you're playing Destiny, and you're fighting a boss or you're fighting a raid boss, and that sweaty moment where you guys got to work together and sync and like it all comes down to the wire. That last shot is what you got to pull off, and when you do it, that reward of knowing you actually landed that attack is just, and it could sway in many directions. I'm rambling a lot.
Yeah,
but
No, you got a good point, because for the most part, when you're playing a card game, whatever card you play is whatever card you play. But in ours, when you're trying to attack and use those weapon items, if it comes down to chance, you can increase your odds, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to whatever you roll. So
Right. All right, let's go ahead and get back into our topic here. Mr. Brandon, if people want to play with the devs and reach with the devs, when, where, and how can they get access to that, Mr. Brandon?
If you want to play with the dev, reach out to me, message me on Discord, DM me. Sunday nights, I'm always going to be on 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hit me up definitely at that time, and I will get on with you if you want to learn, if you want to just play against me. Try to beat me so you can have bragging rights like Jason, whatever the deal is. Outside of Sunday nights, just message me. If I happen to be around, I'm around. I actually was able, like Charlie was saying, I was actually able to get in the game earlier today. So, if I'm around and I'm able to get on, I will definitely get on. I'm willing to teach anyone and play with anyone. So for sure.
Yeah, Brandon's definitely been whipping us too. He's been like, yo, you guys need to get on. And we're trying, but it's hard, like we're really working a lot of stuff on the back end, and Brandon knows. He just kind of gives us a hard time. That's his job. He's the balancer. He's trying to balance everything, and he just kind of he whips our butt sometimes on that. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. Next topic here, Mr. Brandon, is there anything else we want to talk about?
So let's go ahead and talk about the Kickstarter info page. Jason sent over the rough draft to me for what we want to put on the Kickstarter. I've been going through it. I've been doing a lot of edits, grammar correction, rewording stuff, making sure it fits our vision and what we want to do. And I'm sending that back to Jay. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely want to look into that as the first. Yeah,
hey, Charlie, gonna be since we're getting close to it, you could start talking about. They're asking about Carnage mode, buddy.
Oh, okay. So who's talking about Carnage mode? They are okay. So
I brought it up a little bit, but they were saying MTG Commander is format as king right now. Are you guys setting up 4+ player format?
Okay, well, in that case, welcome.
We got some new people in here today.
Yeah, okay. So all right, so we have a game mode is one of the multiple different game modes that are designed for our game, which is called Carnage. Just to kind of give a small overview, Carnage mode is designed to be a multiplayer game, 2v2, 3v3, or 1v3. Like, I know that sounds kind of crazy. Like, why would you want to do that, right? Well, the team with the lesser that's in their team are the Carnage Raged characters, and there will be unique features that pertain specifically to the person that's the underdog, which is what we consider the Carnage, and they reap havoc to the other players. So it's essentially the mechanics. A lot of it is from our raid mode, which is another game mode, is our acolyte mode. That is actually you being the driver in the front seat as the Carnage, aka kind of the raid boss. You are the raid boss, and you'll be able to battle against 2, 3, or alongside other members to be able to battle against other heroes. It's a great game mode. It does require team orientations. It's still under development, which we're still working on clarifying a few things, ironing out a few things on it. But when Brandon and I are together, anybody that is in our Patreon that has the tier of the testing battlegrounds, we're gonna absolutely put it on there. Unfortunately, for right now, it is on Tabletop Simulator, but we probably could do a digital. I don't know. We could probably look into that, Brandon. We could probably look into potentially doing live actual game where maybe us and a few other players can be able to do it live. And if not, we'll just have to test the battlegrounds a little bit with those that are on Tabletop Simulator for now. But yeah, we do have a multiplayer mode. This game is gonna get pretty nuts, and everything, like Brandon said, is backwards compatible. We are engineering and designing these games that when you do play in Carnage mode, any booster packs or anything that pertains into that game mode will be squad-based orientations. Also, those squad-based orientations will be also useful in singular player mode. So if you did play Rift mode again as a singular player, those same cards can be used in the Rift mode as a singular player as well. So a lot of these cards will be worded to effect where it heals you and allies, right? So there's already kind of cards like that exist in the current game mode in Rift, designing a little bit towards the Carnage mode, but that's essentially how it works. So that's a little overview of the game mode without any details.
And we've been putting some major work into figuring out Carnage mode, working on Carnage mode. Like Charlie was saying, all of the cards are backwards compatible, so there's a lot of R&D that goes into making sure that everything works together. And actually for MegaCon, you know, people thought we were probably hanging out having the best time of our lives, and actually Carnage mode was probably the thing we were working on and talking about the most.
Yeah,
when we weren't at MegaCon.
We were at the hotel, and that was the topic of the whole next morning conversation.
Actually, that's probably what we were talking about at lunch when Jason posted that picture. So
that actually was the picture where my face was looking all retarded.
It was munching. It was munching.
Yeah, so yeah, there are different game modes. When Kickstarter comes out, you'll get to know a little bit more, and we'll probably put out a little bit more detail of the game modes we do have planned for the future of this game. That way you can kind of take a look at those things. But we do appreciate everybody that's interested in it. But yes, just to kind of nail that on the hat, there will be multiplayer game mode. We do advertise the game as battling alongside or against or alongside other heroes and players, and that's what the intention is. There are other game modes for that.
Yep. And then for the next question, I'll go ahead and handle their Kickstarter questions. So Too Fluent asked, or I'm sorry, Ace Ventura asked, will there be 24-hour Kickstarter tiers? Yes, there are gonna be early bird tiers. There's gonna be 2 of them for sure. I'm not gonna get into details of what they are, but yes, there will be 2 early bird tiers that will only be within the first 24 hours. That will give you more value for being earlier pledger or backer. So there will be 2 24-hour tier early bird tiers on there. And then Fluent asked how many tiers will be in the Kickstarter. Right now we're working out how many we want to do. We have a lot of stuff that we're working on the back end for the tiers that make it very special. I promise that the other stuff that we're putting in there with the TCG and with the base stuff like booster boxes all complements the rest of it. So we do have a good amount of tiers right now, but we're trying to make it more concise right now. So I don't want to give you an exact number, but we do have some tiers already situated, a good handful, but we're still working on it right now on getting out the final.
We're trying to make sure that all the products and everything is going to make it in time, and that it's meeting to our standards and expectations.
we're like all of us in the four of us are like a ping pong table or a pog. Like we always bounce ideas off each other. Like literally today, I came up with a new idea for something connected to our print run, which I won't get into details because I don't spill the beans that hard, not the llama bean. But it'll be something really cool, I think, if we do decide to fully implement it.